likely.
Sure, I mean, in the sense that Starks is still in the bracket, certainly. Also still in the bracket is SulkHogan waiting in the other half of loser side top 8 to play the winners of DCint and A3R, and Starks plays the winner of MikeandIke and I Can. Mike and Ike having lost to HonorableBlue, setting up your top 8 match, Matt, against HonorableBlue, and Mixup versus Xerom as the other half of winners side top 8. We are just barreling through this Grand Blue bracket.
I think that's what happens. Players, they respect our time more than anything else. Like, I've said that about Xerom in particular before. Charlotta is like wants you to catch that episode that you're waiting for at 8. Like, Charlotta's gonna kill you with Super from Half-Life because she wants you to live your whole life to the fullest.
How considerate,
like,
truly.
She's like, I get it. You only switch to this channel on a commercial break in between Arrow, so we're gonna let you get back to it.
She has a tight schedule. It's about a density of experience, right? Like some shows you see, they're like, oh, it's like, okay, it's the pilot, and you did it for 80 minutes because you feel real good about it, and it's like middling and slow, and like Charlotta is like just the fight scene from Daredevil.
But do you remember the longest match we've ever commentated in Grand Blue Versus being Xerom
You're right.
PME?
You're totally right, and it was amazing.
The 18-minute grueling losers finals of our bracket 3 weeks ago, I believe, to the day.
Maybe 3. Yeah. And yeah, it's like, okay, so here's the theory. This is the entertainment theory craft, is that after just blowing people up, fast matches, that was like the long cut at the end of the movie, right? That was the like one panning shot. Oh, that one ball just panned across the screen.
Charlotta's parry. So straight to the corner she goes.
Don't do anything at me.
They're still gonna get so much corner carry from her combos as well, too. Like, she hits you from one corner, it doesn't matter. You're 2/3 of the way towards the other corner just off of her confirm, so long as she has her 2 EXs available. And the spot dodge to whiff punish, yes, it was. Incredible. Just like that, you're dead.
That has to have been a reaction. You wouldn't just throw that out there. Like,
yeah, I think it comes from experience. Not just in Casa brackets, but I'm sure these two have played elsewhere. Mixup enters a lot of tournaments too, and even against other Lowain players, it's important to be able to have answers to awesome sauce. I can't believe I even have to say the special move's name, but it is amazingly easy to space well, and EX awesome sauce.
This also, is the one time I'm calling for Japanese voices and titles, because I never want to hear awesome sauce again.
But it's an amazing move. See, from that tip of your 5M range, you don't have to worry about 5M being punishable on its own, because canceling the awesome sauce will leave you plus at that space range.
Oh, Mixup. Oh, close range. Hate to see it.
The Demon Flip 2 stealing the cornerback, so smart.
And doing so against a character that really struggles to anti-air it.
Yeah, this has to be a really tough matchup, and I think that it's not just the character matchup, but it's pretty clear that Xerom knows how to fight Lowain. Just from some of those like spot dodges on parries, from calling out that I'm not saying it. Call it something else.
AS, yeah.
calling out
corner AS, pressure
mid-screen, like. And this whole run, like, you're not doing anything about this except for parry, and if that gets checked, then like you're still in the corner.
That awesome sauce out the corner, though.
The real will suffer for this, Monkey. I'm just saying. All right, great corner combo. That's probably gonna seal the deal here. And looking like match point for Xerom.
Well, it's top 8, so we're at 3 out of 5 territory.
Oh, are we doing 3 out of 5? Awesome.
I don't know.
Oh, it's 3 out of 5 for all of top 8?
I don't know.
Somebody quick confirm that. Dom, tell us if that's true or not. I need the voice of God in my
Wow, that pickup was incredible. That was so cool.
Lowain specific conversions are amazing to see.
Mixup's really wonderful with this character.
Wow, safely baiting DP, and then not able to really punish it significantly because you're Lowain.
Too good.
Looks like bunches here in the chat too.
Yo, you guys just making rules as we go?
Hopefully.
I don't know. You tell us.
Right, I mean, this match kind of started, I guess, with the intention of 2 out of 3.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right.
All right, then it's 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Sorry.
2 out of 3 sounds good to me, and I think that Mixup might find a way to extend that tournament life.
If somehow that we get the same same kind of turnout next week, let's do top 8 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Very good. Cool.
All right, cool.
Something to shoot for.
All right. Everyone
Reward
playing at
zero
home.
lives.
Everyone not playing at home that would be playing. If you want to play more next week, stay tuned.
Or watch more too.
You can play more and watch more. I know a lot of the players hang out in the chat, kind of give the like ringside interview mid game, which I love. So yeah, stay on both fronts.
Did you just
Wow, that
see
run
how
over was so sick.
one Charlotta ball destroyed both the Catalina bot and one of Lowain's brothers, the sliding one, both at the same time because it's so active.
It's tough. I think that's like a really big like disadvantage to this character right now is that it's so easy to have that stuff interrupted. I don't know if both should be safe, but I feel like there should be more ways to let the character have his like gas. That being said, this is one way to do it.
Yeah, this is really
territory.
tough.
No, she still has time. She still has time.
Oh wow,
she does.
goes through.
That's a
That
real
was
punish.
genius. Was that just clean?
Yeah, that was clean. That was a real punish. It said so. So it was Charlotta's close H, one of the most active framed normals in the game, pressed just before the super ended, allowed for a full punish on the Yiggy. And so Xerom, by the skin of, I don't know, teeth or something, whatever the phrase is just barely able to take that one. And I guess
Tippy top of that crown.
Yeah, by the tippy top of the crown.
Oh,
Also,
counter hit confirmed. Really good. Oh, goes for the sweep. I don't see that too often, but it's a really good option in neutral there. You sacrifice a little bit of damage maybe, but being able to stay on top of Lowain, especially, who has no reversal, really good.
absolutely worthwhile.
Am I crazy or was this already 1-up?
I think it was already 1-up, but...
So that would make this a third game? Am I crazy or is this a third game?
This is kind of looking like a third game.
Is it?
I want to keep watching. I have a conflict of interest here.
Yeah, you know
Right.
when I did this to the stream a couple of weeks ago, I have always been that idiot making up the rules as I go, I guess. When I was on the player side of this, the production actually cut away and made sure that nobody was allowed to watch.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was found footage.
Okay,
That's for the
Dom clarifying
that's
in
for
the
the
chat.
Patreon subscribers only.
This is for Xerom's highlight reel for when he applies to join like Team UWU or Equinox or whatever other team you're gonna send applications for.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Casa
UYU? What's the team?
Well,
I don't know.
UWU is my anime only team.
This is so close now, though, for Mixup. He was cornered the
I
opponent
feel bad.
And across the Mixup was actually successful, but ended up going for an overhead, getting blocked and checked. That is Xerom winning this set triumphantly, 2-0, even with a third game.
50% victory.
I
would argue.
That was clean 150% of the way.
Absolutely.
So, is there a way on the challenge thing to put the player name like a little bit further up the line? And then I don't know how do we parse that, right?
Gonna need a text editor for that one.
Because he really earned it. That being said, I feel like if we're ever going to allow someone to say it was 3-0 but close, I'd say that Mixup is allowed to do it for that match because I think a lot of those were down to the wire. It came down to that one Charlotta Blanca ball experience in the corner more often than not, and Mixup demonstrated a lot of knowledge of his character and adaptation too. I think it got better as the match went on.
Yeah, I mean, it's still just, I mean, it's a tough matchup in general, right? Like one would think, you know,
Yeah,
Matt
Lowain's
alluded
got a
to
lot
it
of those.
earlier with respect to the fact that Lowain's setup gets blown away so easily by tools that lots of characters have. So Charlotta able to blow away like so much of his setup with the Blanca ball just makes it really tough.
Yeah,
So-
and yeah, being able to clear the minions, and just on defense, like Lowain has to escape a really oppressive offense, and to be creative about it without, you know, risking everything.
So we're continuing in our winners bracket 2 out of 3 action with me coming up against Blue, right?
Yep.
You
So
and Blue.
I'm gonna mute for real, and hope that the commentary is not too biased against me or for me, and just put on a good show, have fun.
Data only.
They don't.
I'm gonna be like, that was +2, that was -6. That's what's up. This one's punishable. People love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my commentary can't be emulated by a text-to-speech editor and a Python script, then I'm not doing my job right. Speaking of, our loser side top 8 has been finished off because it was only half completed when I let y'all know before. But loser side top 8, we have MikeandIke and Starks. MikeandIke taking it over Ken, the winner of whom plays Mixup, and SulkHogan and DCint on the other side, the winner of whom plays the loser of our next match with commentary partner MonkeyBizness.
I got a bias for
Obviously,
everybody in this bracket.
The story of the night has to be, since Matt alluded to it, a run back of MonkeyBizness and Stark, which means Matt needs to lose, and then they both need to meet in loser semis. There are other ways that it can happen, but I don't care to look at all of the permutations of the bracket. The point is, I just want to see
right now, because this master Lancelot player, Blue, is definitely someone that can teach you a thing or two about the Lance Percy matchup.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting observation, right? Like, Matt's last match on stream was this same character matchup, so it's going to be very interesting to see any perceived differences in the way that these two are approaching the matchup.
Yeah, I'm curious. I think that Lancelot basically just needs to get his turn and keep an eye out for those reversals. We'll see if he can do that. Oh, it looks like Monkey's like well aware of where this Lancelot player wants to be. Jumps right out of that sweep range. Ooh! Don't swing on that.
Alright, what's the mix-up gonna be? Oh my god, that combo never ended, but it doesn't matter. A little.
Had to say. And there's that -2 situation that Monkey loves so much.
Turns the DP straight into super, gonna get the super knockdown into the corner. Do we see? Yes, we do see a stock charge. 3 stocks here from Matt.
Oh, that's gonna be a big one. And it kills. Amazing.
On that last stock, literally by virtue of those stock charges, he cheated out after the super.
Yeah, well, your super, you don't get a lot of Oki off of, so going for stocks there to just prime your next neutral touch is like super important, and it clearly mattered right there. Good sweep. That's kind of tough to do in this matchup because the fireballs are grounded, but it looks like Blue's finding a lot of places to do it. And right there, reversal gets him out and gets him a full combo. Is that gonna
punish?
No,
it isn't. It's gonna get clipped. Okay, interesting. Using that, trying to bait. Lancelot doesn't have a conventional reversal, right? Like, he's just gonna go for the EX teleport. So,
the conventional reversal, but his anti-air is pretty good. His down 2. If you stuck something out there, you could have gotten slugged for it. And his confirms off of that. He's got a lot of ways to move across the screen. So, I think it was just a way to kind of shake up Blue on the ground. And Monkey is, in my experience, very good at kind of changing up the perceived game plan as the match goes on a lot. And so you go from spacing traps to frame traps. You go from jump-ins to ground game. You go from like full jump-ins to fake jump-ins. And throwing those EX reversals in there too, it makes it really difficult to say like, okay, I know what this person's about to do.
I mean, we alluded to it a little bit earlier, right? But like any character that has a tool that can alter their jump trajectory is something that you always need to keep in mind. And the late fireball hitting to blow up the backsway doesn't get much out of it, but still a good position here for MonkeyBizness.
Forward moving. Alright, so Blue looking for an in here and finds one. That will almost always do it. Patented 2-2H. Wow, that was so smart. Catching that jump, that's unblockable in midair if you're still blocking the projectile.
Oh, was he dead? Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah.
Set point for MonkeyBizness to go to the winners finals.
I didn't even see
destroying our narrative.
The life was over.
Oh my god, did you see him mashing 5A?
Yeah. Safe bet. That could have been an auto combo. I think Monkey likes going into EX firewall for plus frames there, and also it means that if someone does try that spot dodge, you can just kind of swing through it. Oh,
that is playing so disrespectfully.
Big
the amount of these
that's what you get
that he's getting.
You see, he tried for the overhead in the corner, and Blue jumped out and then ran it right back into him. And this is where you don't want to be. I think you can block that. Yep, spot dodge, damage. This won't kill.
No, he still gets one more. And
Did
Matt has... You might have done the thing. I'm not rightly sure.
Okay,
we're
still
good. Alive. You need to be watching for
Lancelot
EX reversal from Matt, but Blue still alive.
I was sure that would cross up. Nice. So that EX reversal from Blue actually, being able to act out of it rather than go into full animation means you can escape a lot of really slow things like throws and overheads. It gets really unsafe to do those against Lancelot because when he reverses out, he doesn't just get his like Dragon Punch damage, full combo. Alright, installing the throw. Don't ever firewall me again. Set the zone fireball.
It's funny, we talked about that same talked about that same exact EX fireball, the EX DP interaction in Matt's earlier matchup against Stark.
Oh, the
disrespect!
Don't
what an asshole.
Do anything against this player until after he's done with that DP. Oh, right there. So he goes for the command grab instead, and like I said, reversal goes out, and full punish comes off of it. Lancelot doesn't do a ton of damage off of Annie or like Igniference once he's got all his cooldowns. Wow. He starts heavy, but
I was about to give Blue a lot of credit. Literally the instant that Monkey's DP came back, Blue jumped back and gave room to be able to be like, all right, I'm going to give a little bit of room. I'll play a whiff punish game, not worry about dealing with your DP. But he lost his patience, went in and got clipped for it. The EX DP for the win, and MonkeyBizness goes on to the winners finals. Is that him clapping for himself? That better be you clapping right now. No, that's Matt clapping for his damn self.
I'm clapping for quick input DP. Lets you react to anything, including Gorilla
My
Blade.
hero.
It obviously had to be nerfed to become that reactable from that range, but I wanted that thing to come at me so badly for that reason, and to win with it. Yo, if you thought that clapping was rude, you should have heard me standing up alone in my own house, scaring my cat, screaming with how happy I was at how that went.
I was just gonna say before the round of applause hit that you strike me as the type of player that will just wait for the gold flash and then just blast it.
Yeah, yeah. And so if that was EX Ice Ball, I totally would have died. But
yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know if you would have died because if the Ice Ball hit. Well, no, there's follow-ups for that. Lance could have blown you up for that.
Yeah, yeah. I would have to run forward a little bit first to make sure that would punish. That's a good answer in that matchup, though, too, as long as you're already in the range of it. I mean, Percival's DP, it's hard to even like commend yourself for using it because it's so big and so good.
It's so good.
Invincible. But yeah, cool.
All right, well, let's use this opportunity.
You've done it.
Since we have the person in winners finals on here. How ready are you for the matchup with Xerom?
Hey, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry.
Whoops.
This is the reverse Washige.
Yeah.
He's like, I won.
What are you saying? What are you sitting down for?
Let me switch to spectate mode. Accidentally locking the stream into talking about the match that just happened instead of moving on to the next one, which we should be equally excited for. Totally unintentional, by the way. So we closed out Losers Top 8 earlier. Coming up next, actually, there's so many matchups to choose. And
yeah, well, I mean, there's two, right? It's MikeandIke and Starks, or it's SulkHogan and DCint.
And now that I'm off the station, wow, looks like so SulkHogan was a Djeeta player and MikeandIke's a Djeeta player. So between Starks with Lancelot or Gran fighting Djeeta, I mean, that could be a kind of similar matchup to what we saw with F-Boy fighting Catalina versus Gran, or Djeeta versus Gran. It's either way, it kind of be a fundamental showcase of the game, and you know, I guess the Shotokan arts in Gran Blue instead of Street Fighter.
Yeah. I think that if I ever do like a Shoto in Street Fighter, it's Sakura. And Djeeta definitely translates for Sakura players as far as tool set goes. That being said, I think that she has a lot to work with in this game, and she's definitely a good pick for someone who wants to play like traditional, but can get a lot done with like a little bit faster of a game plan. EX Fireball. There's a lot more cheating out good situations for yourself with that character.
And on the opposite end of the losers bracket, there's also still DCint looking to do the opposite of the characters we were just talking about, right? A full, real grappler, a grappler for grappler players in Ladiva. And they would be going up against excuse me, let me actually...
Well, it's SulkHogan, who has been playing...
Yeah, so another Djeeta.
Yes, right.
Sulk and I played a little bit earlier today, and he is still playing Djeeta. Amazing, whiff punish options with that character, and Sulk uses those to their extent. And yeah, just being able to try to find spaces to clip Ladiva throwing out a button. That being said, I think Ladiva can play that whiff punish, counter whiff punish game really well. And if you don't play really tight, 5U comes out and you explode.
Yeah, right.
That seems to be the core takeaway here.
We just love 5U.
If you whiff the heavy in startup and the ding ding comes out, then like while you're recovering, you just get freight trained, right? So I think that if DCint has really good awareness in that matchup, he could get a lot of mileage off of 5U. We'll have to look for that later. Until then, we're going to see Starks running Gran again, keeping the Gran warm to come smoke MonkeyBizness in Grand Finals.
We've all been waiting for it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, well, it's the earliest that you two will bump into each other again as losers if Xerom sends your ass down there. So we're going to have to see. It's going to be quite the journey if we want this run back.
That being said, this is going to be a tough contender. MikeandIke showed earlier that he is more than ready to play with this character. Letting the animations rock.
Yo, gotta hit him with both sides of the protagonist. MC and Femc.
Man. Spoilers, it's you. Wait, am I watching Your Name? I haven't seen that. Is this what that's about?
I have absolutely I don't even know what you're talking about.
Has anyone in the chat seen Your Name?
I've seen it, Dormancy.
Back to the match.
Yeah, back to the match. I am happy you have some taste. That movie is okay. I think the movie that this match makes will be much better. Different kind of takes on Gran Blue's tools.
Using the frame traps with this character, your blockchains can go on forever, and you just get that one tag. And just because of the way everything can hit confirm, if you're really good at hit confirming with Djeeta, you can put on really safe pressure, and then as soon as you see it go off, have someone in the corner taking damage.
That was Starks DPing when Starks was plus after the block situation there. So MikeandIke couldn't be happier with how that came out, and couldn't be happier with the punish that killed.
Yep.
A lot of things to be excited for. 46 hit combo. Probably the highest in the game. Actually, Zoe's super might be more. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's unclear, right? Well, I mean, in so much as hits matter.
Yes, exactly. Right? Wow. Low profile.
Fair.
Really well demonstrated there.
Oh.
Block DP again.
Can't
Starks is letting it rip, and MikeandIke has been ready almost every time.
Yeah, but Starks did just take away the EX Fireball from MikeandIke, and that cooldown won't be back for a while. Although it'll probably be back at the end.
Oh,
it's punish.
There we go. Get him out of the corner.
Stark spent the meter though, so there's no more boot in neutral to threaten with. Not for a while anyway.
It's already back.
I was about to say, right? It comes back fast.
Yeah.
I probably should have said that earlier.
As long as you're not doing easy inputs for boot, you'll be seeing it pretty quick. I like using it neutral. Any of his cooldowns generate a lot of space and also, that hard knockdown. So if you play your cards right after that, you can get pressure to kind of cycle through your cooldowns if you need to. That being said, Djeeta able to send all of them here, get that big damage.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
Yep.
Last hit's all you need. One hit. Oh yeah, that is a much longer combo than the previous one. We are over 50 now. That
39 hits that maybe weren't necessary here.
Yeah.
One thing I wonder, it seems like MikeandIke was wish punishing a lot there with like 5C. Like we saw a lot of whiffed 5C just outside of normal range, especially in situations where like he'd backdash with 5C a lot. I wonder if that's something that Stark should be mindful of to try to fish more for whiff punishes in those situations. Like, it's been so clear that it's a button that MikeandIke is going for very commonly.
Yeah, it's tough to whiff punish that move.
It looks like it recovers pretty quickly, but
yeah, if you know that they're going for it, a lot of playing against Djeeta is putting her in situations where she wants to whiff punish and then just gets duffed for it. And so your forward moving specials like core circle back A, that can be done pretty safely, moves you forward a lot, does it quickly, and if you get the confirm, you get a lot of screen advantage off of it. And so mixing that into your like neutral game plan every once in a while just to check someone for trying to swing can be really helpful. But it's tough. Counter whiff punishing Djeeta is really hard.
Ooh, block punish was pretty easy against point blank boot. I think that might have been a mistake. Maybe Starks was going for light boot.
Yeah.
Maybe doing the follow up after light boot, which is a counter hit launcher in the corner. And
Carlton asking in chat, who is the champ with the fish? And that is Djeeta, though we haven't seen it come out yet. The best weapon skin in the game, so I'm hoping that someone puts that on before our final play.
Did you notice that MikeandIke did forward jump at the end of the round there to make sure that Djeeta was posing on Gran's body? Stomping all over into the wind pose.
That's optimal.
Yeah, it's super optimal. Psychological damage and physical damage.
Yep.
It's adding up fast here.
Yeah, Stark's a little uneasy to start pressure, worried about maybe EXDP, but that puts him right back in neutral where you do not want to be against Mike.
Looking for a trade combo with Mike,
no.
and not getting punished for it.
Yeah, he just traded the super for 30% of his own life bar.
See, if Starks is going for the EX boot at mid-screen, that's usually a safe jump setup, but got DP'd after just on wake up because he's not doing safe jump and is suffering for it. Ended up losing this quick 2-0 in the loser's top 8. MikeandIke moves on. Feeling pretty confident, I assume. Has a lot of matches to warm up before what's about to be really difficult as we get into the top 5 or 6 here in this week's Casa.
Yeah, and that was still tough, right?
Like, before, oh, I was just gonna say, I think that he's a contender for Grand Finals tonight for sure.
Yeah.
Really smart player, has like a serious prowess in fighting games, and fundamentals do a lot of work in this game. So I would not be surprised to see him tear through this bracket.
And definitely playing a character that highlights it a lot. And like even at the end there, after I pointed out, we still saw a lot of like walk back a little bit 5C, and it's like you pointed out, it's hard to whiff punish. So if you have a tool that's a great whiff punish button that is hard in itself to whiff punish, like why not rely upon it? And especially with the threats generated by 5A chains or 5B into EX Rekka on block, like you have such a dominant neutral plan in that range. You walk out just slightly out of range, and now you've got this really dominant button that's hard to play around as well. It makes you this really problematic force on the screen to deal with. And in that matchup we saw, like Gran would get in behind boot, have some block string, and then the second he was out of that range, Djeeta kind of controlled the space just a hair better. I feel like that was a large story of that game. It was like in that neutral, Djeeta was just a little bit more dominant. She had one or two more tools that she could really lean on in order to keep stuff going her way.
Yeah, Starks had some good punishes on lock for some of the baited reversals, but maybe relied too much on baiting in the end and let himself get into neutral situations where he was kind of on the losing end. But yeah, something like that 5C really helps deny the sort of rock, paper, scissors response that you get in some scrambles. And it's kind of the same as the idea that the best thing you can do is nothing. And you're setting up something that's like semi-unrespondable. And the follow-up to it is something you don't have to worry about too much. You can respond effectively. And that's something that maybe should be responded to more effectively, and Sulk is going to suffer for it. Brad, are you paying attention to this life bar?
Shit. I am.
DCint is a crowd pleaser, and I gotta say, I should have some bias for my friend Sulk, local player. Happy to see him playing in bracket again after probably a couple months it's been, but that being said, I am always happy to watch Ladiva tear someone in half.
It's moments like this that make me sad that we don't run with commentator cams on Casa, because you would see my face just twisted in disbelief. I do not have an overwhelming familiarity with this game, so to watch an actual 80% combo in this game, which does not seem commonplace, I'm just kind of contorted and like, goddamn.
I'm happy that you're seeing how in Gran Blue you can happy birthday a single character. Because, you know, with your team games, everyone's like 33% of your life bar. And so when 2.5 of those go away and 1 hit confirmed, it's a little daunting. But it's important to know that even in these one-at-a-time character select games, something can be that exciting. And we might see it again here. Oh, looks the grab. Too bad about that. Sulk's got a good chance to come back, but the sleeper might actually take that right away.
Dead.
All right, count it off, Brad. 1,
2, 3. Oh, I'm early.
Yeah. No, we right. You had it on mine. We'll get the.
I was trying to count with the ref. Yeah, we'll just make it. Matt will fix it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Matt, put that in post, okay? Believe in victory. You in here,
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the slowdown. But a quick first game from DCint, looking to go straight up in the matchup against HonorableBlue.
This is a combo from half screen anti-air. You see that? Oh! Djeeta is able to do damage too, not to be outdone by Ladiva's 5U here. Great confirm on that light, and that's what I'm talking about with Djeeta's far 5A. Is you tag someone with that, and it goes into EX Fireball. It goes into EX Rekka. It goes into EX DP if that's how you want to start your combo, and I think from that range you can actually follow that. So her kit is just really versatile.
There's something to be said too, after how clean that first game was, clapping back with a perfect to finish out the first round of the second game is exactly the type of momentum stealer you need. But just like that, momentum stolen right the hell back. Ladiva doing Ladiva things in the inside corner. The anti-air, you might actually be dead. You certainly are dead.
No counting necessary, just 1.
Yeah, among those Ladiva things we're talking about, anti-air damage is one of them. That's one of the most important ones to see because people take this guy a lot against this character.
Yeah, you want to jump. Right there, you want to jump more than anything.
It's a really implicit thing in grappler matchups, especially Zangief-style grapplers, right? Like, you kind of intrinsically want to go to the air to deal with command grab. But a lot of the times, these characters, their anti-air options are actually scarier than their command grab options.
Right. Oh, that's really interesting. Unfortunately, the DP didn't go off, but no running around.
Very low damage here. No setup either, other than a meaty normal. Be careful.
One-touch kill for DCint to finish out the set even.
And
empty jump throw.
Big touch.
Yeah, it's an exclamation point of a touch.
Yeah.
To finish out the set. We saw definitely punctuated. We saw second win from SulkHogan and that perfect in the first round, but I think DCint struck back even stronger, including exclamation points and anti-air combos into super, empty jump grab, run-up grab, every kind of grab you can imagine. Even, I think, 2 5U grabs, both of which were converted off of for big damage. Even the mid-screen one did a chunk, like 45%.
Yeah, 5U, I mean, we've been talking about it all night. It might be our favorite button in the game. It hits hard, and when it goes off, it feels very, I don't know if dramatic's the word I'm looking for, but you see the dive, you hear the noise, everything kind of like fires on the senses, and then you just get to watch that life bar drop.
There is flair and a collective clench of everyone in the stream chat and commentary desk and both players probably. It's
yeah,
incredibly exciting.
I can see being a Ladiva player, and when I get the hit, I freak out, right? I'm just like, yes! And then you drop, whatever. Go into light auto combo. They flip out, super you.
Right, something like that. I think also, like, the fact that the design is so dramatic while you're a wrestler character designed around hyping up the crowd in lore and in game, that is perfection right there. That is why 5U is so cool. Like, if running bear grab ever did that.
Yo, the only character that I think does a better job of in-universe hyping up the crowd is Beowulf and Skullgirls.
Yeah, that's his job.
Both characters also.
Well, I mean, it's also the mechanic. It's the mechanic, right? Like, he has a mechanic tied to it.
Yeah, he's got the hold the jab down, right? And like he's just like listening to you actively every time he jabs you.
Unfortunately, Ladiva's crowd hype mechanic is something that takes away your safe jump. You can take off the mask after command grab or put it back on, but you just lose Oki, so it functions as a taunt instead of as a mechanic that rewards you for playing to the crowd.
Wait, Ladiva can take the mask off?
Yeah, if you hold the button during the command grab, she takes off the mask. And it actually always happens with easy input command grab because they don't want you to have a good follow-up after easy input command grab.
So sick.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the important thing is you gotta let them know how you feel.
Exactly, right? And if it's
I can never be a Ladiva player, I'm never getting OT.
What, because you're not doing 360 inputs?
Well, there's that, and then also, even if I did, I would hold that down for sure.
I see. Oh,
alright, we got Mixup. I was actually not aware that MikeandIke was in losers.
Yup.
Who put Mike in losers?
That was Blue.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Good shit.
Yeah. So, definitely eager to get that run back, and is paving their way closer to doing so now. Putting Lowain into Yiggy territory, though. You gotta wonder if Mixup will wake up with it.
You almost want to wait.
Parry instead.
Ooh.
Interesting. Oh
Still
no.
alive. You gotta wake up with it
wake
now.
up Yig. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Time to play
It's
the real
point blank.
game.
It's easier to do with Yiggy from point blank, though. But MikeandIke
boys.
still walking back towards the chip. That's gonna be a problem. Already on 0, and that's unblockable. Wow. I think.
Yo, why did MikeandIke just hold down back into death there? Like, there is counterplay. We know. We like you pointed out, you just walked back into all the chip.
Yeah, the gravity suck plus the chip on that electricity move, the black hole, is really, really strong. It's one move you can't afford to just block out. And if you do want to just block out Yiggy, you better have over half life. And MikeandIke did not have that either. DP hit both of the brothers, even later on in the active frames.
Poor
about
Catabot
Mixup is that
over here.
He seals the deal with Yiggy, but he's got damage mid, set too. He's playing like Lowain proper really effectively.
Get ready to get mixed.
Here.
Higher low, higher low. Oh, it's overhead.
You can't
no conversion though.
Oh, just leave.
And then he catches the dash.
Mike's way through.
What a scramble.
Wow.
What a punishable at the end. All Mixup had to do was convert off the overhead.
The sway doesn't beat the low, right?
So it's just a spot dodge that Lowain does while in the human pyramid, if you do choose to do it. It's useful against things like supers or high damage reversal.
No Yiggy this time.
Yeah, no
yeah,
Yiggy
well,
this time.
I'm wondering, because Mike there was just like spot dodging through over and over again and just kind of like making it work. Is there a counterplay to that? Can
It's
Lowain
a scramble.
tag
It's
that with a low?
Lowain can tag it
It
low,
seems like some
or
RPS.
Or you use the active frames of that 3 stab to catch a spot dodge and then quickly convert it into the big punch to safely end the human pyramid. All in all, though, nothing good about the defense or the offensive human pyramid was demonstrated there.
I was gonna say, it seemed like a complete crapshoot.
Yeah, in that case, it definitely was. But you did set up the good covering fire before starting human pyramid. That's something that's really important. Great way to finish off.
That was really clever with the missiles.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that in the corner too. It's Lowain's like, I'm going to win this round now setup.
See if he wins this round. I think this is not where you want to be as Lowain.
You got Yiggy though, but you don't have a chance to play.
Everything.
Got plenty of time now for Mixup to think about what to do next. If we're still in first to 2 territory, it is 1-1 now.
Mike goes for the easy input, makes it.
No, it's 1-0 actually. That was the first game.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was so
MikeandIke
long
up the
for
first game.
Yeah.
Right, and that's crazy, right? Like, Mixup was that close to winning that first game there off the human pyramid and just completely bungling the, like, you screwed the whole shit, Doug.
Yeah. Whatever that means. Oh, what a clash. I think Lowain in the air might have had a chance to win. But...
That's a conversion off of that too. Oh, yeah. Mike tries to go for the follow-up, which off that DP is totally doable, but it's very space independent.
Smart reversal there from Mixup to get through that plus situation.
Yeah. MikeandIke's been struggling against the parry from Lowain too. You can cancel in spot dodge on reaction. It just takes a lot of focus.
Well, there's a combo there, but good confirm. Mom's out.
Is the Yggdrasil.
Yeah,
it's a very high life bar to be dealing with against Yiggy too.
Yeah, I wonder if you just want to take the chip here and try to get a follow-up though. Well, yeah, Mike can't really get anything from full screen like that.
Already exactly what it was. But like even like now, like what is the fear, right? Like Lowain's damage output isn't super high. You kill off any Aaron hit, Mixup needs maybe 2.
Yeah.
And there you are, just
maybe
pressure
2.
in the corner. You had like dominant screen position. You knew it needed to be the right hit to kill off of 1. If not, you had 2 chances anyway with a character that has really strong neutral control.
Yeah, I think right there for Mixup, your best bet was sort of a war of attrition. Chip someone down with all your boys and your robot, and try to get like a little bit of damage so you can get that to that one-touch range. Oh my god, it's incredible. I'm seeing a lot of really clever movement from players tonight in this bracket. There's been a lot of like run-unders and spot dodges. I don't know if this is just developing or if people are just feeling kind of ritzy tonight, you know? Ooh, gets out of there. Is that plus range?
No, but I think MikeandIke was afraid of the parry as a way to steal the turn back.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, not afraid of it there. Oh, loses to the missiles though. Puts him on the ground.
Roll the dice because you're starting from a knockdown state. That's a little harder to deal with.
Starting from a knockdown state with your life bar.
So much shit to 3-4? Oh my god, you're gonna die! One more! Okay, didn't have time.
Get it, but now
get him, boys!
Oh no! Single thing.
What a drop! And a punish! Could have been punish! What?
Oh! Wow!
MikeandIke committed all the way to the end of the Rekka too after the drop. That was definitely not plus on drop. I think that was definitely Mixup's round to win.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
wow.
Left it 0.
Could've got a punish on that.
Any special could have chipped, a punish.
Any special. That's tough.
He just needed to mash 5A into a special and just like set. It's like what we saw. He called out both the brothers immediately after he left. And when those whiffed, the game plan just kind of broke down. Like it was just the fear in that range, right? Because I think the fear was when MikeandIke jumped the 2 brothers. I imagine the fear was like, all right, if I commit to a special, I get clipped on a counter hit, and then maybe I don't win on the trade, so I need to chill for a second and get some breathing room. But the breathing room is exactly what gave MikeandIke the opportunity to regain control of the matchup.
Well, hypothetically, there's a chance that you're looking for some sort of follow-up off of the like 4-hit Rekka there, and the 5th one was sort of a surprise. Because like hypothetically, you could do 4 hits and then EXDP if you still have it. Kind of cheese out that last bit of damage, and I think Mixup was really close to being chipped out as well. So that scramble situation just meant a lot of decisions to make quickly, and none of them came out the way that Mixup wanted, unfortunately. Yeah, that's definitely for a round start. See that 2U. Love that. Uh-oh. Interesting pickup.
Yeah. I think Blue was improvising the conversion, and it was a pretty good one. Ported the opponent successfully.
Totally.
And now gets a chance to loop into Oki here. Actually didn't have anything to cancel into.
Still going for the reset just to keep DCint on their toes. And really pays off. Blue is online in this match. Yeah.
Getting perfected by Lance takes so much longer than the other offensive characters, so it feels a little worse.
Yeah, he does not put out a ton of damage, but he makes up for it in pressure for sure.
Yeah. Getting mixed by Lance means you like get strong 7 times in a row.
Yep.
But he never took a risk either way, so it's still pretty likely to happen. And I think we might have a reverse perfect situation almost happening here. Air SPD.
Stay on the ground.
Yeah. After one block move, that's basically a reverse perfect right there for DCint. So can we hope for a nice close round 3 to close out an intense game 1?
It's too swingy. I can't handle it.
We'll see. I mean, I think they both demonstrated their one-player game scenarios. Now we're gonna see them play together.
Or we just coin flips the whole goddamn matchup.
Yeah, well, turning up heads for Blue so far. Couple slaps, keeps it going. Little improv, free jazz.
Yeah, quick throw check too from DCint. And so out of the corner now is DCint. In the corner is Blue, holding this.
What you wanted, Monkey.
Yeah. Ooh. And a counter hit pickup on the regular headbutt.
That was really smart.
Yes, I'd love to see Ladivas who know how to use both headbutts, and now it's just one hit away.
Mix.
And that's a punish and a kill.
Oh,
DCint.
wow.
That was so sick.
Was that an Was that an instant block on the air normal as well in order to set that stuff up?
Yeah, so that was actually, it was a reversal, and you saw that Ladiva threw out a jab beforehand, but that takes so long to start up and you go into full animation. There's still enough time to essentially, like, it's not a safe jump, but it's like a safe whiff, right?
Yeah, you can safely meaty against Lancelot's Turbulence reversal, no problem. I was EX Turbulence with the follow-up attack. It's a counter-hit combo launcher, but you just do lights to avoid ever getting counter-hit launched.
Wow, great jump in. DCint's jump ins have been, like, totally on point tonight. Ooh,
wow.
It was the proper read, not the right execution.
Yeah, I was going to say, there has been so much confidence on the side of DCint's reads.
Yeah, well, you see, it's amazing because the callouts have been really, like, back and forth for DCint, where calls out the non-follow-up reversal with the air grab, and then blocks out the reversal that's like fully invincible but comes down slow. And so far those have all been really working out for him, and that shuts down a lot of Lancelot's like movement gameplay. His defense is a really stacked kit, but if you can like blow him up for it, it makes it scarier to play in the corner.
Would this be the corner you're talking about?
Yeah, I think in this case it's nice for Lancelot to play in the corner, though it looks like he wanted to leave. No, we're back, we're fine. You just remember how warm it is over there.
Right.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, goes for the forward jump. You gotta stay neutral for that one.
It's always been correct on DCint's guess, but never on the placement of the air grab. I think that just might take a little bit more lab work.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a super jump, like neutral super jump or something.
Oh,
wow! Get out.
All right, what do you think? Meaty H, meaty sweep?
Meaty sweep is cute.
Oh, jump. Okay. Oh, and clipped low. Blue taking the second game. 1 game apiece.
The set has not slowed down slightly. We don't have time to talk about anything, and they are mashing just to be sure of it.
Back and forth.
I mean, they're both, both characters are very momentum heavy, very, I'm gonna run you over, but instead of running you over, I'm just gonna, drag you with me for a couple of miles before it, actually gets finished.
Exactly, right?
Or is that too dark a metaphor?
I mean,
fine.
Yeah, seems fine.
Interesting.
And if anyone's going to object, it's going to be me.
That counter cost a lot of life bar.
Now, DCint had that super, but let the EX Ice Ball come out and is now in the corner as a result.
No, really have to be saying, this is a swingy match, so Blue is not out of this at all.
Definitely not. And has super to make the next thing maybe kill. Actually, a little bit too much scaling to kill here.
Yeah, really I imagine another reset. No, goes for the super. I'm torn on whether
it's Ladiva life. She has Ladiva life. I think Ladiva's alive.
Yeah.
And the overhead.
Meaty overhead too. That's you can't just jump over that one, you know.
Yeah, and it's a great choice against Ladiva because sometimes when they do have super, they do wake up command grab, which also catches people blocking against your wake up. So going airborne,
if you're airborne,
super important. Overhead does it for you. Nice catch.
That being said, I think that Ladiva can she punish blocked overhead with super? It's
actually no. So it's it's only 0 frames after the flash. There's 6 frames of invincible startup.
I see.
Before the flash. So that if it were actually a 0 frame super, that'd be amazing. But thankfully not.
Oof. It's gonna be. Okay. Oh, not too much off of it.
Taking your turn successfully. And a pickup into super?
Still alive?
Yeah. Do you air throw the teleport this time? What's the read?
Oh, could've got an air throw
you
there.
See the walk back. DCint content to let this live.
That was so good. Oh, knowing that the wall jump is gonna get stuffed, and that DCint was focusing on the ground game there, or the air game rather. Yeah, Blue just went into ground scramble mode, set up the fireball, started flying around, and kind of overloaded the defense.
Yeah, switching sides, going really far while switching sides, and then coming right back in with just the surprise of EX Gorilla Blade, I think is what did it there. Really smart decision from Blue, especially against Ladiva, a character who's not going to be able to react to it with any invincible move of any kind. So you're probably plus on block and full combo into victory on hit, and that's why it's an awesome decision for Blue, who gets to stay alive here in the losers bracket. has to wait around, I think, for me and a couple other people to play some matches now.
I mean, we are at the top 4 now. We are at winners finals between you and Xerom, and Mike and Ike and HonorableBlue rounding out the losers semis.
Let me take a deep breath and tell you the story first of Xerom and I. We played a couple times. First time we played was in a Casa round robin. It was Xerom 3-0'd me, but it was close though. You know, I took rounds.
Oh, 3-0, but it was close? Okay.
Yep. 3-0, but it was close. Yeah, we know that phrase. And then in Levitation last week, we were supposed to play in loser side top 8 to determine who advanced to 5th. And then I actually lost power in the middle of Xerom supering me in round 1, so it looked like a rage quit. Xerom messaged me like, yo, what happened? I'm like, I can only answer you from my phone because I don't have power. And I had to take the DQ in Levitation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So when I'm really excited that Xerom and I get to play in first to 3 as well. Something that we did not get to do at all last time we met.
Well, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, equally excited I am for Blue versus MikeandIke. Moving on to the losers bracket action, we are first.
So it looks like we're gonna set up losers finals here, the semis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Loser semis, yeah, it's what we're trying to set up.
That mini charge. Whoa, interesting wall dive there. And Lance is out of there.
Mike and Ike's choice of range for engagement has been very interesting. If he's not able to really control the space, he's backing way the hell off, which is very telling. Like, we've been talking about how strong Djeeta's neutral control is, but that's what we're seeing. With the fireball range, he's comfortable playing an anti-fireball game, but otherwise, if he's not right in Mike and Ike's face, he's backing way the hell off.
Yeah, Djeeta can also set up that fireball game from full screen really well with the fully charged fireball, just because it gives you a lot of room to run behind it, take your screen, and it trades with Lance's EX fireball, so it's definitely not a bad place to be.
Yeah, Djeeta EX fireball actually has the most layers in the whole game. You can DP that or dodge it. It was actually, Mike and I did have DP, so I'm surprised we didn't see it. Maybe not sure if the cooldown was there. Always safe to block.
Super it too.
Yeah, you can super it. And that's something you're pretty sure you have just by how long the round has gone on. But safely walking up and throwing.
Yeah, Mike didn't go for anything nuts there, just blocked it out when he needed to and got his damage. Ooh, counter hit combo.
That's a full punish on the teleport. Oh, TPDP.
I hate this. What do you mean? Conversion, using that crouching medium to pick up after the normal wreck is there. It's a little bit faster than standing. Oh my god.
Throwing the roll.
Wow, okay. But just getting the DP on the dash forward, Mike and Ike taking that first game hella quick.
Yeah.
DP at the first sign of doubt. Actually, doubt didn't have time to show up. With a life lead like that, DP and ended as soon as possible.
I gotta say,
that's
Blue's
the thing,
choice
right?
to block in midair. Really smart.
Yeah, but just to piggyback off Matt's thing, DPing when you have that much of a life advantage, the risk reward is non-existent. If I win, if I'm right, I win. If I lose 1/3 of my lead and get 2 more guesses.
Yeah, it's not a bad risk, or it's much better than it could be at least.
Especially with someone like worked for Mike and Ike here.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes it just works. 80% of the time, he's right 100% of the time.
Battle 2, engage.
And that's a great ratio for fighting games, and that's a great punish on fastball. I don't think Blue has really been blocking after any offensive swing, whether it's fastball or running forward. The intention is always offense, and I think that's why Mike and Ike's DPs are so successful.
And actually, to piggyback off that as well, because I keep piggybacking off your thoughts, I feel like Blue, the story of a lot of Blue's matchups have been him not getting challenged in those situations. He dashes in or goes for the fastball and gets mix off of it. Mike and Ike is probably the first person of the night that has been actively challenging a lot of those situations.
Yeah. DPs, normals to run into. I mean, Djeeta's well equipped with that too. I see Mike and Ike L a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I've just double-checked the bracket, and Blue is the one who sent Mike and Ike to losers, interestingly enough. So we're seeing the exact flip side of that situation from the winners.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. And it was 2-1 in winners bracket too, so maybe that set went the distance. This one has the potential to do the same. So long as Blue wins this round.
Yeah, I mean, if Mike and Ike wins this, it's a one-touch game here for both players. Gets the anti-air, nothing afterwards.
Yeah, Blue burned all his cooldowns. They're back now, but he kind of put himself in a situation where he can't get a lot going off. Does that work? That was so
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that in midair.
Yeah.
What? That was so good.
Do it in the air, be safe on block, and unpunishable on spot dodge. It's a dive kick too.
That's so cool.
Why press U to fast fall when you can fast fall with something that will kill them?
Yeah, that's what
Be
we
almost
need.
safe.
Oh, Mike swings on the overhead, negative frames.
Well, there was layers there, right? Like he was so, that sweep hit so meaty that the fastball ended up with extra plus frames.
Wow.
And Mike and Ike has been swinging on those fastballs. We were just talking about it. Going for that overhead in that situation where you have that much frame advantage, super intelligent read.
I can't believe he blocked that empty jump low. That was crazy. Plus frames, get the throw game started. Yep.
Yeah, the throw game's more than started now. We got 2 in a row.
Yeah, puts Lance right back where he was, you know? You still have your frame advantage. There's not really the take the throw mentality in this game in the same way. Obviously, overhead will just detonate you in certain situations if you try to attack, but throws lead to a lot more pressure in this game. But not enough for Blue to get knocked out early. Puts it back up to 1-1.
So we're gonna have to see, is it a complete run back of winner's side where Blue will take it 2-1, or do we see the role reversal? It's gonna be the question so far.
Ooh. There could have been a pickup there, I bet.
Oh, the low got caught. I mean, Mike and Ike's intention was to challenge forward movement, but lows don't hit overheads, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have to go with 5K if you're really trying to check that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ooh.
Big conversion. Real quick round. Mike and Ike is not eager to see this go the distance. Wants it to end as soon as possible, of course. Djeeta steps on the hand of Lancelot in the win pose. That was so rude.
Just chopping. He's over it.
Punishes the sweep on block. Even at the tip, it's still unsafe. Ooh, stuck in this corner now. Seeing some block pressure here from Blue. Getting the side switch.
Those wall dive A's to catch anyone trying to down back are really quick. Tough to react to, but Mike has been on top of that the whole time. Not getting tagged by lows.
Willing to block too. Not really afraid of the mid-screen mix-up is Mike and Ike. Very afraid of the corner mix-up is Blue. Always blocking and getting thrown. We haven't really seen much in the way of delay tech either.
Yeah, in fact, when you called out the throw game in the last
Talking
game,
about call-outs.
Not that it's
yeah, still alive. What I was gonna say, when we alluded to the throw game in the last game, even on the third setup when Mike and Ike went for the button for the frame trap instead of the throw, HonorableBlue was still down backing. So completely willing to take the throw. Street Fighter V tactics.
And it's working out in this round, for sure. Oh, yep, we were about to approach chip territory, and Lancelot's the world's best at chipping you out with EX Record.
Oh, yeah.
5 different hits to chip you out with. You can't jail someone into chip to kill them in this game. I learned that the hard way last week. But you can delay the records so that you can chip them out with this Lancelot move here. Oh, that is huge.
Ton of damage.
Even mirrorless is pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, in the mid-screen, you don't always get a lot from Lance unless it's an anti-air situation. That pickup was wonky.
It was, but baiting the reversal.
It.
The DP still on cooldown here from Djeeta on the side of Mike and Ike. HonorableBlue still with a little...
It always comes back so fast. We can't finish the sentence in time.
Alright, well...
It's late starter, though.
Late. Oh, yeah. Fully charged fireball. Mike's got the combos.
Yo, he's still alive, but only just.
And it's Oki time, too.
Don't take a throw. It will kill you.
No.
That's
don't take a normal either.
That's so clean.
Yeah, very standard. Par for the course, but par's all you need to stay alive in this tournament. Mike and Ike gets the run back and prevents double jeopardy.
So you don't see this from every Djeeta because it's like the difference isn't really vast, but there are some like really small optimizations you can do in your corner combos. One is using Crouching Fierce into the charged EX Fireball rather than just the regular one. Crouching Fierce pops them up for long enough so you can fully charge your EX to let it go. And then the other one is using that medium Rekka in between before your EX Rekka for like a little bit more of an extension. They both kind of mess with the combo counter, so in certain situations they either like pop your opponent out or lead to like maybe like a couple extra damage. But it's really cool to see Mike using those because it's a little bit more stylish. You get to see some like unique like parts of the combo system in these games, like 2H being used as a way to like pop someone up further, and just how much a little bit of hit stun can matter in the way you're like building your combos up.
Yeah, so I imagine with that, the reason we're not hearing Matt is because he's transitioning into the gamesmanship headspace, as the only match left to be played is the winners finals between MonkeyBizness himself, who has been joining us on the commentary tonight, and Xerom, who, if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong because it's what I live for, was Charlotta?
Charlotta, yep.
Yep. So Charlotta Percival, I'm going to be intrigued to see how that matchup plays out.
Hypothetically, you're going to see the same issues that Charlotta deals with against Djeeta or maybe like Cat, where she can get outboxed, but I think that Xerom has shown in past events that he is super ready to blow up that whiff punish game with Blanca Ball. And
all right, I had some ritual to deal with before this one, but
yeah.
I'm going in now.
You cry one out before the match. It's the right thing to do. He's out of here.
It's not often that you know you're going to queue into a Charlotta and have time to cry. So whenever you do, it's always very important that you make sure that you get it out there.
That's the unique part of these online tournaments, is that you can see who's going to steamroll you in bracket next, which is really nice if you're trying to come to terms with things like that. I think it's helpful to speed run the 5 stages of grief that you might run into when you see Charlotta in the matchup screen.
Yeah, I heard speedrunning the 5 stages of grief was a donation incentive for GDQ last week, but it didn't get met. So we're gonna get to see it here anyway.
If you donate to Army Torino, not only are you helping at least one of the staff in the prize pool tonight if they proceed forward, but also, yeah, maybe we'll get to that target of speedrunning for you.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see, or it can start off really aggressively here for Matt as he goes through straight, stealing these stocks, 2 stocks stolen straight out the way, air clashes, but it doesn't matter. Charlotta with a tiny body.
What was the third hit that you did for that? Because I don't know what would come out when you're that close to the ground.
It looked like another falling A.
You do that? Or I guess, yeah, if... I have no idea if you can do the same button twice in a row. That was sick, though.
Zerom's beginning to believe.
Oh.
Oh my god, wake up. Super?
Oh, not gonna do it.
Still.
Gunflame. Always gotta respect the gunflame.
I'm gonna take a step back for a second. We've just been like actually talking like unbiasedly about Monkey through the course of the night, but I don't know that you can let a guy win while he's commentating the bracket that he's in. So between Xerom and MikeandIke, one of y'all is gonna have to snipe this guy.
If you want Monkey Dog to come in, they're both gonna have to do it.
I mean, or one of them has to.
Wow, that's super. He's not afraid.
Okay.
Spot dodges now instead of gunflame. He doesn't want to get hit by the big super. Ooh, dashes in, tries to take some space.
I mean, does take some space, right? Like, was closer to the P2 side corner than the P1. Oh, it still works out, stealing more space.
And this is a chip situation. Oh my god! Of course
you have to know. Exactly, you have to know DP's coming.
Wow.
DP.
Xerom's Dragon Punch there was like so crucial.
That was, you know the things that are like flat brain, mash DP, crinkle brain DP on negative frames, and then it goes all the way up until like Grandmaster brain is mash DP. Like that was somehow.
Just by hearing it.
That was simultaneously both flat and Grandmaster brain at the same time. Like, it's the smartest, dumbest DP I've ever seen. But it was really smart, and I'm going to go with Grandmaster brain. Because, like,
protect.
what else are you going to do?
Not going to pay off for Monkey in the first round. Something that I say about Xerom every week that I watch him play, though, Brad, since you haven't been on the mic for these ones for a little bit, I'll make sure that you're in the loop. Is that he plays a really patient Charlotta, which feels like kind of saying jumbo shrimp. But his Xerom's play style is like very measured. He'll wait for someone to do something because they're afraid of Charlotta's tools, rather than just going in. But when he goes in, it's clean. There's not a lot of like risky, weird stuff. So it's really cool to see him play the character in a way that I feel like, based on, you know, the stigma of Charlotta, is like a little bit unconventional. It really works.
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly seeing less of what I tend to associate with Charlotta. As you see, like, some of the Charlottas we were seeing when I was commentating it before was a huge reliance on ball and neutral, and that is not what we are seeing. We are in fact seeing what you alluded to, a much more measured game plan. We're going to see even blocking the reversal. That's going to be dead.
That was Monkey shaking hands with the overhead, like we discussed earlier, saying, you get this damage, I'm not going to run into the rest of this, but he was willing enough to take the risk right after to EXDP and got caught for it. Oh my god. Oh, this is the sweep, but a little too far. Oh,
overhead.
My favorite thing in the world. Counter hit overhead to punish the grab attempt.
We're seeing Matt going for a lot more of the dash forwards into no follow-up just to steal more turns, and Xerom isn't counter swinging just yet.
Alright, nice big life lead here though. Charlotta has a lot of tools for chip as well.
Oh no, that's not gonna work?
Yeah.
2 games
I was just trying to rack my brain to
Xerom.
see. I thought for a second that windup might be behind Percival before it swings, and I was like, wait, is this gonna tag Charlotta? But,
that would have been something, huh?
Yep. Luckily I don't develop this game. I never would have put rollback in either, sorry folks. Anyway, back to the match.
How are you gonna say that out loud on twitch.tv/fightinggamestream?
It's hard!
Rollback? There is a NetherRealm GDC talk all about it. Go and watch it. It took an hour, and I was like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Brad can now implement rollback in any game.
I think you're putting that on me?
I think Monkey's
also not my
roll back
responsibility.
That super, but doesn't get killed for it. That being said, he's gonna get killed by a super instead. Big sword comes down. Sorry, folks.
Had to hit him with the Noble Phantasm.
Yep.
I've watched exactly enough of the Fate series anime to understand that reference, and that is more than I am comfortable admitting having watched in real life.
Ooh. Counter hit confirmed. Very nice. Burns the DP there.
Yeah, Monkey's winner side life rests on this.
I would say he needs to slow it down, but I don't think that Monkey wants to slow it down. And he may not need to. He's getting some good confirms here. Good pressure. He clearly thrives on pressure situations, even when it's frame killing with stocks and then getting a anti-air fierce on Demon Flip, I guess?
Yeah,
I would say that was like a fluke, right? Do we agree? This is a goof?
I'm not inclined to think so. I have exactly enough respect for Matt to believe that that was intentional.
Right, it's definitely intentional, and giving him a nice life lead here. Challenges in midair with that big normal. Ooh, oh, more stocks. Just got one, but he said before that's all I needed. And Super's on deck too. This is quickly becoming a one-touch game for both players, though.
Ooh.
That's an important one. And
yup.
Monkey's on the board. All right, this is how you stage a comeback.
I mean,
don't
the
adapt.
journey of 1,000.
Keep doing what you're doing, but harder and stronger.
I mean, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single dub.
Yeah, and like 15 gun flames.
At the very least.
Thank you for the hard knockdown and the chunk of damage there.
Good tech. Holding up back, getting out of the mix.
No plus frames
back
to get the
sway.
dodge. Oh yeah, you're not going to do that.
We've seen Matt going for overhead a fair bit there. That DP from Xerom was very telling. Like, he got the read.
Yeah, I think he's ready for those. That's
Two
damage off that raw super, and Matt keeping that DP on stock. Wow.
Ooh. Pressin' and pressin'. MonkeyBizness not afraid of buttons.
You get tagged by 2 lows, and you want to down that. Oh
One
my
thing,
God,
I feel like...
What is this monstrous?
I feel like the buttons that MonkeyBizness is using to poke has changed a little bit over the course of this matchup as well. We're seeing him use lesser committal buttons that hit a little bit shallower because he's needing to challenge and contest at these other ranges instead.
That's a great pickup for Xerom. Monkey's abandoned the OSD cook to take every overhead from Charlotta's team at this point. Blocked at least 2 of them.
Yeah, blocked.
Swing, hard to punish there. But yeah, he's definitely mixing up his poke options, like you said, something a little shorter to hit in the right range, and then keeping the Pierce unlocked when needed, but getting a little trigger happy with the DP in that round. Gonna put him back on set point.
Yeah, I think that's been the big adjustment it looks like from Xerom in this round, is just aware of how antsy MonkeyBizness can get and how much he wants to try to read on the game state and put in reversals to stop your momentum.
Yeah, Monkey is willing to let that rip in unorthodox places, but if you can just wait it out, especially with someone like Charlotta, the damage can come out real quick. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Airblock
blocks the jumping A. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Is that gonna punish your forward dash? No.
No. Oop. It's all over. All right.
That defense was really good until it wasn't.
Yeah, you can't block forever against this character. Ooh, goes for the low. Monkey seems to have seen that mix before. Blocks it effectively. Stays out of trouble. This can spot dodge.
Block.
Oh no, no punish? Are you kidding?
Oh, that's
so
really
fast.
That's the difference between, like, had he been
that
able
was a make
to
or break.
Yeah, had he been able to punish that, I don't think it would have killed, but it gives him frame advantage on...
I hate this. That made me so angry. Monkey is such a Mika player. I just saw...
Get him out of here.
That is crouching.
That is not okay.
Super.
Is that rude? I don't know if that was rude.
Don't you dare turn your goddamn mic on and comment on that.
Monkey, go back. You're not done. What are you standing up for?
Turn your mic off and finish losing this game. You've got to be... I'm watching the playback on the stream. I'm still not okay with what I just goddamn witnessed.
That is monkey business to a T. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. I think that... I don't know if that move hits if you try to jump, but you could argue that he was trying to command dash into a grab, like the grab he just got hit for right there. And if Xerom tried to press a button out of that or jump out of it, maybe he would get tagged by the super, but it was definitely a cheeky play.
And look at his life lead in this game, like the mental guard break. I mean, he's still alive. That's only like half his life lead. And his defense has been good, but I don't want to give him credit for it because I witnessed that goddamn bullshit in the last game.
I mean, that is a mind-bending L to take, you know? Like, sometimes that's all it takes, and Monkey knows that. I think someone who plays in this style all the time knows what it means to, like, turn the, like, lights on after you freak someone out. And so he's going all the way in. He's gonna probably commit some goofy stuff here. It's up to Xerom to sort of recompile a game plan, which is doing pretty well so far. Well, this jump out will work. Yeah, far enough.
Oh, but no punish. That's unfortunate. That could have been a big finisher there for Xerom. Had a super to be able to catch out something. Would have been a 2-touch game easily. Gets the reversal. Now it's a 1-touch game with a super. I have to believe. It's the back throw.
Xerom's like, you're not the only one with a weird DP and some moves you can do on your own wake up.
True match point for both players, and Matt was talking about the player matchup between him and Xerom so far up until this point, so you gotta know he's invested in making sure that he cleans out this game.
He definitely wants to win. You can see him slowing it down right here around start. He's getting hit now, but keeping the firewall game going for a little bit, reserving the right to go ham later.
I mean, that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna be watch for an EX reversal is coming out any second now.
Oh, that could have been super.
You might be.
This
is really tough.
Oh, I can't believe you would go for that. Well, I guess I can, right? I have to. You have to believe that he would go for that. He's gonna do it again right here.
This is really tough for Matt.
He's backing up to find that perfect spacing to go for some goofy stuff. Oh wow. Oh, it's just chip. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So taking it
Clean.
by 1 round is Xerom 3-2 over MonkeyBizness.
That was a good match.
I mean, EX towards step into super.
People get a little wrapped up in fundamentals in these games. You know, people think there's a right way to play and that you should approach neutral with a certain level of dignity and honor, and then when you win neutral, you're allowed to take your turn. But how it really works in this world, it's dog eat dog, you know? And sometimes that means you have to burn a cooldown that doesn't leave you at frame advantage and then kill someone for trying to do anything about it.
But it seems like we're watching Matt all night, and like that's so much of what he's doing. It's like I talked about the fact that Percival in general is doing a lot of, oh, I'm minus, but I'm at a range where if you don't challenge the right way, like there's still an RPS around you taking your turn. And Matt has taken that and diluted it into like its most complete form of like, he's taken the Percival game plan and added just enough Silver Ken to like mean that you never really know what's going on.
Silver Ken is like, I don't know, it's like the ranch dressing of fighting games. Like, you don't want a lot of it, but it's kind of good. Like, it's a little good. Every once in a while, you're just like, I could use a little bit of that.
I'm not sure that that's the comparison I would make. It's not inaccurate, but I don't know if I like it, which, if anything, makes it even more like ranch dressing. Like, it's just honestly, like, whatever you're putting ranch on
like Monkey's playstyle, too. He doesn't want you to like it. Like, he wants you to get hit.
It's, you know what it is too, is like when you put ranch dress, whatever you're putting ranch dressing on, odds are it was a healthy choice before you added it. And there's always that little voice that's like, if I do this, am I defeating the purpose?
Yeah. Yeah. How about, yeah, you have something and you're like, yeah, this is good, but like, I don't know if it really hits the spot. Just need a little, just a bit of ranch right on top of it there.
Damn. Well, Matt doesn't get to leave. He drops down in the losers bracket where he has to play MikeandIke in the losers finals. They did not play each other in this bracket up until now. And I'm trying to look at some of the previous. MikeandIke, it doesn't look as though MikeandIke had historically entered any of ours, so I don't even have any
seen him here at least for a while. So this will definitely be a new matchup in Casa, though Mike, I think, plays on net play at least to some degree. And in some of the other tournaments, so it's possible that Monkey's run into him before, but he's definitely a strong player, and he's playing a character that can deal with Percival pretty well. So I think this will be a pretty good matchup.
We're gonna have to see. And the best part is, no matter what happens, MonkeyBizness doesn't lose, because if he loses, he gets to commentate Grand Finals and join with us. So
win-win.
Let's all just take a momentary notice of the fact that he played us like a damn fiddle. No matter what happens, he wins. And I don't appreciate that.
Oh my god. There could have been a pickup off of that, I think. Counter hit DP is really weird in this game. Certain angles, if you're hitting them high up, they're in that counter hit state till they hit the ground. So sometimes you can get some weird conversions, but it doesn't seem like the kind of thing would last. Wow. Speaking of weird conversions, that was really
for
clever.
sure. But he absolutely had lapped it. Getting those jump ins over that fireball though is MikeandIke.
And baiting out those DPs. If MikeandIke's watched any of these other matches, he knows to keep an eye out for those reversals.
I know from earlier in the night, MikeandIke was in the chat. Empty jump, not empty jump, I'm sorry, safe jump blocks the reversal. 2 reversals thrown out, 2 reversals blocked on the side of MonkeyBizness, but still getting another shot.
Safe jump, not that safe. And we're at a chip situation. Cannot really lose frame advantage right here. Has to swing. This is so scary. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt in that moment is like, damn, if only I had my reversal, but he had already burned it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Incidentally, just to draw momentary attention to y'all are seeing those Matcherino contributions in the bottom left corner. This is the losers finals, which means you have this and grand finals left to still go and contribute to that Matcherino. Coupon code is Casa GB versus 16. You can throw in the 50 cents. I'm linking the thing in the chat. Make sure you go and do that if you feel so kind and you have the time. And speaking of the time, there is no time to punish that EX Rekka because it is safe. Momentary no gets the anti-air into the super.
That's cool. That combo's fun. It doesn't lead to a ton of damage, but I guess if you have a good chance to burn your super, you might as well. It's important for people in chat to keep in mind too, the Matcherino not only supports the players tonight, but it supports the staff because MonkeyBizness has a decent chance to walk away with a tiny chunk of that coin. I think we're gonna have to figure out how the non-compete works on that one if he does any better.
What's interesting is I feel like Monkey has not blocked any of MikeandIke's reversals.
No, I mean, Monkey is definitely a very aggressive player. He goes in, and that can definitely lead to taking some L's on the reversal side. Whoa. You can kind of just rip out to a neutral like that. Oh, this is getting a block, I think. Oh, wow, I can't believe, how did that happen?
You're never ready for the 4th, 5th, whatever number this is.
Well, it looked like Djeeta was doing a safe poke there, so I expected that to recover in time. I don't know if the super was too fast or if the poke came out too late, but I can't imagine Mike tried to follow it up with something and mash, so bad luck. But he's on to the next one.
Stealing those charges and these block strings once again is MonkeyBizness. And you know, he wants the charges. I feel like his biggest use of the charge is not even the fireball, it's those heavy dashes forward into plus frames in the mix. Like, that's what we see Matt going for more frequently.
I think there's some unfamiliarity with the kit too, because that dash, his options after that are, you know, doing that overhead, getting like a regular, oh wow, Jaden.
Safe jump
Jaden,
again.
Right?
Yeah.
Hard punish. Can't do it. That,
oh my
his
god.
options are. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask the social team to please put together a montage of all of Matt's reverse, like minus frames and reversals. It's so consistent.
We get in like a 30-second clip.
I need like a hotkey to whenever he has a shit take, I can just air a clip of his reversals getting blocked.
Audio in too. I like the kind of jittery step that'll give the whole piece there. I think that'll be great.
And I say this like he's in losers finals, right? Like he's playing hella nice tonight. So there's an element to it where it's allowed. But you know, I also just want to be able to expose him whenever he has a shit take. I've also just been airdropped cheesecake. So get at my level, everybody else.
Like through the phone?
No, through my office door.
That sounds kind of nice. All right, so real quick, off of that dash grab that keeps getting baited for the overhead, right here, that overhead exactly. He can do command grab out of that, and your grab tech's not going to do anything about that. He can also just swing, and I believe your attempted grab just gets checked for that too. So if you're late reacting to that move, teching is maybe the worst option. You take a big L on the overhead, you probably get blown up on a swing too, and command grab just goes right through the tech. So you really should be jabbing or something there if you're trying to call out Monkey's dash. And it seems like it's baiting a Pro Tech response like every time.
Oh my god, that the last 3 things in general, that was like the perfect sequence for Matt. Getting the anti-air into the side switch to keep the corner pressure, big kick in for him into super, and then the proper read on the defensive DP.
Yeah, his reversals are not getting worse. Sometimes they get faded out, but he's still making them count.
There's a certain point, right? Like, there's an element to which you need to represent it, because representing it defensively is what gives your opponent pause, which gives you the room to be counter-poking, and that's how we see him getting a lot of these dashes and these 5A challenges and ranges where he ordinarily wouldn't.
Ooh, that's a tag.
But what I was gonna say is, also, he just has something of a good sense of when he should be doing it. And I'm giving him a lot of shit for it, because it's a playstyle that I love to make fun of when I'm watching. But when you're on and you're mentally there and you're making it work, like, it's so hard to question it because you look like a genius. Matt's about 60% there. Like, he's getting blocked a lot, but he's at least 50% effective.
The zen moment you have at one point in these games is knowing that playing like a wacko is not bad if it works, and so you have to, if you're defending against that, you have to get to a point where you say, like, all right, well, that was insane, but like, I should have done something about it. And you have plenty of great players that are known for having that kind of style. Like, I think of like Nemo in Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, great example.
Who will like go ham the whole match. They will not bend to any sort of conditioning, and they will play their game the whole time.
Not again. Okay,
and sometimes it doesn't work. But the thing is, right there, there's no real good punish for that.
And that's what's crazy, right? That, like, the risk reward on that is you don't get to super later. And
Right.
that's it. Like, he's fun.
Oh, command
You
grab.
did nothing for him.
The scale's really hard, but no follow-up, unfortunately. That may have gotten closer to death there. Yeah, I wonder if oh my god, goes right through. Being able to check fireball like that's so important. Great tag, and oh my god. Here's the other thing about that style is that your nutty random DPs are infectious. Like, how many players want to do something super degenerate after someone does something like that to them, right? Like, how often, when you're getting blown up by stuff like that, how often does it throw off your whole gameplay? You're just like, man, I just wish I could, like, empty jump blow this guy for no reason.
You're absolutely right. Like, the mental place that you need to be in to have a playstyle like Matt's not get in your head is such a hard place mentally for players to be in. Like, you need to be a machine. You need to be cold and calculated. And, like, not every player is like that. If you have ever been tilted in your goddamn life, a player like MonkeyBizness, a player like Nemo, you're gonna get tilted. Some Seth player in Street Fighter 4 perfects you because they, like,
literally
FADC every time. Like, I'm sorry, that's how this game works.
Yep.
Still alive by a hair is Matt.
Close, yeah.
Yep. But this is a tough round. This is a tough round to win. At least a 3-touch game here.
Stop
Dash forward
Matt.
super.
Back.
But again, he's safe on block. What does it matter? And because of how disrespectful he's being on those dashes, that's how he's getting the room to do dash in command grab like that. It's not okay. Chipped by the very last goddamn frame of wake up reversal from MikeandIke. But he's still down the game. Like, with how degenerate Matt is playing, I just keep assuming he's losing because I associate degeneracy with a bad play because I've played ranked before.
Yep. Matt is ranking up here.
Maybe he'll hit gold before this is over.
Maybe this is the power of net play. Maybe Monkey has net played enough in this game where it's like embodied in his craft.
What'd you think of? I always hear Bane voice like, "You thought you adopted the net play. I was born in it. I didn't see respectful plus frames until I was a man."
Yeah. He's gonna pay for
Dead
it this round.
this time, I think. His life's already red.
Yep. You got 25 more shots here. 26? Ooh, more! 28. And none of them mattered because Monkey's on the ground, so 2-2.
Believe in victory.
All right, what does... I can't even say this with a straight face. What does MonkeyBizness have to do to win this? I think it's keep reversing through stuff. Do that, but it hits instead, and then
you wanna know?
maybe
Here's
wake
the,
up
I
super.
was about to say, here's the Galaxy brain read: is MonkeyBizness just goes from 75 to 30 and just slows way the hell down. But like, no, he like, why would he do that? Going 75 and a 40 is what got him to this point.
It's fun.
If he slows down, the cops will catch him.
Real Autobahn hours. Gets a hit confirmed with this super instead of ripping it in neutral. That's pretty good adjustment. Get some damage on the board.
And he's got 5 stacks now, so expect a whole shit ton of heavy dash forward into stuff that he shouldn't be allowed to do.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the stacks get this character for optimization. It's not gonna matter this round, but yeah, I think that having a fully loaded bar like that, you need to be able to start making a play with your gun flame, with some things to generate some frame advantage, stress someone out. Great block there. All right, yeah, Mike's in it. Mike is on board for this DP whenever game plan, and it's paying out in a big way. I feel like this is a response, right?
I mean, that's the thing. You were talking about how mentally debilitating these things are, but I feel like one of two things happen. You either get tilted and start playing like an idiot, or you commiserate and start playing like the same degree of asshole. And like, that's kind of what we saw, is Mike and Ike started pulling out the same degeneracy. Like, all right, cool. Minus frames don't mean anything in this matchup. And just like that, 3-2, Mike and Ike is able to take it over co-commentator MonkeyBizness, who I'm sure is going to unmute the commentary mic and have something really insightful to say, or yell at me. The alternative is that he yells at me for speaking so ill of his playstyle.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Where is he? Is he storming around the room?
He might be. He might have just gotten up. He's taking a lap. He's taking a lap right now.
Monkey.
Sometimes you got to take a lap. But while he's taking a lap, once again, I've mentioned it before, but we have the Matcherino. If you go and put !Matcherino in the chat, you will get the link, as well as the coupon code of Casa GBVS 16 to put that free 50 cents into the pot. We appreciate any of you that take the time to go and do that. Obviously, if there's a sponsor request or anything like that, you're able to do that as well. And if you want to switch over to twitch.tv/KO the Poet, we have the Street Fighter bracket going on as well. If I'm not mistaken, it may have already started, but it is going to continue on through the night. They have a Matcherino as well as much more additionally talented players and commentators in that bracket tonight. I anticipate even more Silver Ken level play on there as well, which if that's what you're in for, there's plenty.
He's back. He made it.
I'm
How are you?
As a producer, commentator, and competitor here in Casa, I'm invested in making every match be as close as possible, while still being able to commentate grand finals. So 3-2, 2-3-2 losses, and yet here I am back again, still part of the show.
Real
you
jobber
you'd never
hours.
see me again, didn't you? Well, too bad. I'm alive.
Working overtime, working on your freelance while you're at the office.
Yeah, that's me.
Momentary aside, I love that cell quote has become the FGC meme hotness now.
Yeah, exactly as it should be.
So I'm going to be really curious to see how this matchup ends up playing out. Reversal straight through the Blanca ball right out the gate, demonstrating immediately off the bat that Mike and Ike is hella awake. If anyone is going to prepare you for brain dead, belligerent bullshit moves in neutral, it's going to be a 3-2 match against MonkeyBizness.
I have to say, I've never had more synapses and neurons firing at the same time. Except when I would always get counter hit as I backed away.
I feel like the cocktail those make with the endorphins must be a real mess.
It's messy, but every good fighting game match should be.
Oh, good fighting. I have seen Xerom play this matchup a couple times now, I think in Grand Finals for the last 2 weeks, but not against Mike and Ike. So different Djeeta player tonight. MBK is done some work in the past, but I wonder if there's any stylistic differences that can help Xerom seal a deal tonight.
Has Xerom lost these matchups in the previous 2 weeks?
Yeah, I know MBK won last week. I don't know about the week before. I can't recall. But Djeeta, as I've said in the past, has good ways to deal with Charlotta, and can check a lot of her aggression. But Xerom has played this match really well before too, so I can see it going either way. Ooh, that's
challenging the
small combo drop after a successful counter hit, and Xerom takes big time advantage, cornering the opponent, putting on just as much damage and getting the overhead.
You gotta appreciate that MikeandIke is comfortable with the classic shimmy rather than going for the overhead counter hit. Back up and press the crouching medium instead for the hit confirm. It's like very Street Fighter moment.
Well, I mentioned it earlier on in the bracket, and maybe Matt, you'll be able to clarify, but if I'm not mistaken, MikeandIke is a comparatively accomplished Street Fighter V player, isn't he?
Yeah, a Street Fighter player, regular in the New York City area, locals and regionals.
Right, so that's where there's certainly elements of that in the play, like you just alluded to with respect to the more traditional shimmy approach.
Yep. Yeah, MikeandIke played some Dragon Ball too, though, so there's some anime in his veins.
Yeah.
A lot of different approaches you can take to Gran Blue versus, and I think the more you spice in your overall knowledge of fighting games, the better off you'll be.
Yeah, I think fundamentals carry you a long way in this game, and also Dirt does. But like, they carry you like two paths in the same direction. Like, being able to know how to trick someone into falling apart is important, but you can also play a pretty strong neutral game, especially with a character like Djeeta.
Oh, ooh. See, that's
cute.
I didn't know that you had time to do two. I was a little worried. If you
Yeah,
remember,
you
I
thought the second round would hit.
I tried just going over it to the other side. It's still not.
Yeah.
I'll have to pick that up, but thank you, Xerom.
Yeah, it's spot dodge. Are the frames on that like pretty consistent throughout? Like, does every character have the same recovery?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll pick that up for sure.
A bit of max time. Gone from 3-1 to 3-2. This matchup just at the start though, and Charlotta getting in a little. Nothing really big started.
I like the way that Xerom marched forward after blocking the 2 hits of Rekka. You can definitely take advantage of the fact that Djeeta's negative there, and you don't have to just instantly take your turn with a normal. Forcing a mix-up, whether it's with throw or run-up overhead, run-up neutral jump, it's always a good idea. I should do it more. I mean, the only thing you have to be afraid of is DP, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true, and it's... Oh, should have been afraid of overhead there.
Yeah, definitely. We're always concerned, and we were at that range of life where you could probably take one more throw. Definitely not one more throw bait, though.
It's the way your life bar kind of like is handled in this game is really tough sometimes, because I feel like they're the big combos that make it feel like you might be in a one-touch situation if you do anything like remotely risky, and then at like stages like that, having to worry about chip, which is something that's gone away in certain games. Having to worry more about that means that that take the throw moment is a little scarier when someone like Djeeta can have a chip sequence right after.
Yeah, oftentimes you can do a delayed tech and then be right within the chip out range. Actually, delayed tech takes you to 0, and that hurts for sure. Super confirm hurts. It ties up the round score in this game.
Xerom's still up that first game, and one thing to say, just speaking with respect to the chip kill thing, is like, I feel like a lot of games are becoming more afraid of like the true checkmate situation, and that's part of the element of removing the chip kill thing, is they always want to give the defensive player, you know, that sort of element of, well, it's not completely unwinnable yet, and you know, putting it in that spot where it's, you know, if you guess right, it's not unwinnable, like you still have to guess, you know. Irish Heme saying in the chat, how does chip kill work in this game? So once you're put to, like, you have to physically be put to 0 HP, functionally 0, it might be by something else, at which point the next special move blocked will chip. It can't even be part of the same block string. Like, there needs to be a gap in between, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly, that's how it works. So you can't just do a normal into DP and jail them into chip to kill them. There has to be some kind of gap where the opponent can escape. So just chipping them out of neutral is a little bit more reliable sometimes than doing it off of normal.
Wow,
Right,
that
and we
block
talked
is
about
crucial.
earlier.
Oh, it
Yeah,
doesn't get one
Djeeta.
back.
We talked about earlier that Djeeta is a character who's fairly good at that because with that EX Rekka, it's so many hits, and she can delay the subsequent parts of the Rekka string to give you a wide enough gap that it will allow you to chip kill.
My God, that spot dodge was such a call out.
Wow, Xerom.
Oh!
Ooh, baiting the DP, but not punishing properly?
I think something
It's
about
hard to
the
do.
upward movement made someone think it was a jump.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
Well, she
and
has
it's hard
the whole
against the
thing where
meterless
she-
ones.
Mm.
Wow, that's it.
MikeandIke's the ability to go to DP to blow up forward moving moves has been so good. He's down 2 games up on set point on his opponent, but to give MikeandIke some credit, the way that he's been able to just bring out DP at a moment's notice to deal with Blanca Ball, or even in the losers finals match against you to be able to deal with those forward dashes or, you know, fireballs or what have you, has been very, very good.
Oh, and the pickup off of it there.
Xerom uses a lot of spot dodge from pretty far out. Ranges where Xerom probably doesn't think he'll get punished. It's it seems pretty reliable. I think also there's a lot of reads of normal into fireball happening for Xerom. Oh, no punish there.
Xerom's getting into a little bit of a loop here. I think sometimes when you're 2 games up on match point, you start wanting to do some stuff, you know? It's like, now is the best time to experiment and arguably goof around a little bit.
You're a winner side as well. You have a whole set to lose before
There's
it's
a lot of time.
actually scary.
To make some fun gussies.
I feel the temptation for sure.
Yeah.
Good block with MikeandIke, not cracking.
And he's not even done with this round yet. After all that said, like, this is some chip. We can get a Blanca Ball. No punish on it. Maybe not possible.
Yeah,
and
if
they're
Xerom-
kind of a parity now.
Yeah, this is a one-touch game for Xerom, provided that Xerom has all of his
God,
cooldowns, which he now
so
does, and just
meaty.
like that,
That
3
low hits
touches,
so
auto
late.
It's the meatiest slide of all time. It's the one that was probably plus double digits on block, which is why Xerom counter hit MikeandIke into the medium auto combo. It was just enough to kill, no specials needed. Congrats to Xerom. I'm happy I put on the best show against you. I want to play you again next week, okay?
You know, you said it was 3-1 the first time. 3-2 tonight.
Yeah, right.
So next
could
week
play
it might be
3-3 next
3-3.
time.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, and then we have a tie decided by
Yep.
coin flip. I bring out my trusty rigged coin. It's the same coin
Oh,
that
I
I
was gonna
DP'd.
say, if you are set with a coin flip, you're gonna win.
Yeah. And congrats to
Too bad on
MikeandIke
that.
also for showing out a long losers bracket run, demonstrated a lot of poise and confidence, went through so many opponents, slow or fast. MikeandIke crawled up with I would say climbed, not crawled, you know. It was a very strong climb through losers.
Wait, did
Like,
MikeandIke
a lot
win?
of adjustment. Not
No.
as close.
Oh.
Xerom won.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a close 3-0.
Yeah.
I was
exactly.
like, I was like, wait. Last
gotta
time I checked, it
congratulate
was it was not close.
Casa's patented close 3-0. Something we do here.
Yeah.
To yeah 2-0. It was close though. Can you write that
Yeah.
on the bracket?
4 rounds straight, but they were like 1 life away for 2 of those
Yeah,
rounds.
yeah. Yeah, it was 4-0, but I got him to like 150%. For you Smash players out there, I'd be
Yeah.
watching.
Damn.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
yeah.
Cut the stream.
yeah, cut the stream. I'm a Street Fighter player. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to another Gran Blue. That was pretty awesome. Like the bracket kind of exploded in like the last 10 minutes. I gotta give it up to my guerrilla advertisement section of Casa, which is Dormancy and Monkey holding it down. Thank you very much for kind of putting Casa GB on your back and allowing and the players for allowing us to show you a good time. Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone. Just real quick, like everyone that's new in here too. Like it's always cool to see new faces playing the bracket and like if you're having fun, like come back.
Yes.
If you think you could have more fun, like tell us what's up, like tell us what you want, and like we'll make it happen. So
yeah,
thanks again for coming out, and like yeah, the bracket like tripled pretty quick. So it kind of turned from like we're gonna do some fun stuff for like the usuals into like, oh, we're gonna see some new blood. And like, I mean, Mike took second. Like you got new people coming in and putting on a show. So like that's, you know, super appreciated. So again, thanks so much.
So yeah, please come back if you had a good time. If you didn't, we would love to hear why you didn't, so we can perhaps fix it. If it's because you lost,
can't fix that.
We could run some sets. Yeah. But
I'm always happy to warm up with people before the bracket starts. I haven't entered this game because one of our commentators already does it, and just I couldn't stand the roasting I would get. So I'll play with you guys before the bracket starts.
Or you guys can like alternate or something. I don't know.
That's true.
Either way, thank you very much to the Gran Blue people. You guys definitely made my Friday. So like I always say, we're gonna be back here again next Friday, doing it all over again. So if, like I said, if you liked it, come back. If you didn't, let us know, and then come back, and we will probably have that issue fixed. But I gotta go. There's a whole nother tournament going on. So thank you to the streamer Dom, you the man, once again.
Squad,
gang. And then shout outs to all the commentators, Dormancy, Brad, and MonkeyBizness /player. Shout outs to getting third. No medals yet. Offline we'll have medals, I swear. And the players make the thing happen. Period. I don't care what anybody says. The players are the utmost important part of the entire thing. These tournaments don't exist without the players. I will say that until I'm blue in the face and probably dead. I'll probably write that on my tombstone. So I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys next Friday.
Well, I'll see you next Friday as well because I'm hooked on Gran Blue. I hope to be able to enter and commentate once again. And maybe next time, just one match further, I won't be able to commentate Grand Finals. I'm MonkeyBizness, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe I'll see you in these brackets sooner or later. I don't know if we can both get in there. It would be nice we could commentate our own match together on stream. That could be
I think that's the only solution for playing and commentating at the exact same time.
That way we're even. Or we're in the chat while Brad is telling us both what's wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but the problem is at a certain point, I'm just like, I don't know what the hell is happening. And so you guys are like stopping the game halfway through to turn your mics on or say in the chat what's going on. Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Can y'all
go
kill
for a
each
neutral
other?
Start in round 2.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's tell Brad that was actually +4 and not +2.
Me just screaming, why'd you swing there?
And the answer is MonkeyBizness is the Rorschach of Gran Blue Fantasy Versus. They'll look up and say, why'd you swing there? And I'll say, lol.
Yeah.
I'm saying lol the whole time. That's why I can't be commentating while I play. I'm laughing my ass off.
All right. I think on that revelation of how MonkeyBizness just wants to watch the net play ladder burn, I think that I am going to sign off. It has been wonderful hanging out with you, Dormancy and MonkeyBizness. And I hope that any of you who are hanging out on Casa will go and join us over on twitch.tv/KOThePoet for the Street Fighter bracket that we are running in progress tonight. Make sure you check out the matcherinos. And with that, I will sign off. Good night, gentlemen and ladies, if you're in the chat, or whoever else, because I'm not going to judge. Good night, y'all.
The one at a time thing. Should we all just explode?
I technically did my sign off earlier, so it's your turn.
Oh, I'm up? Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, well, if anyone's still in here, thank you again. Definitely check out Street Fighter, check out Matcherino. Check out all the other good events going on all week for Gran Blue. So there's I feel like pretty much something every day. Monkey and I were talking about trying to enter more stuff, maybe be on the shot calling side of things instead of the commentator calling side of things. So keep an eye out for me in bracket. I'll do my best to be as degenerate as he is and establish the Casa brand as the one that reversals on -4 wake up. So thanks again. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the Street Fighter chat, and we'll see you next week, okay? And thanks again to Dom streaming, holding it down. Whole crew's always
of course, my good.
So you know, it takes a lot of behind the scenes stuff to run this stuff. It's not just me and Monkey and Brad yelling and Bunch coming in for the dabs. So thanks to everybody.
Gratitude all around. Thanks a bunch, and see you next time.
Is it clear now? Alright. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys are all the real MVPs. Thank you, Dad's Back, for that tier 1 sub. I greatly appreciate that, my brother. Yeah, so we're gonna send you over to KO the Poet. There's a Street Fighter 5 bracket going on as we speak. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. And I will catch you guys next week. Peace out.